YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Well, we have the radiator in the tractor. The water pump bolted on it, and I have a new fan belt on it, another fan shroud, not a new one but a used one. So as you can tell, there's no front wheels on it. I wanted to put new bearings and bushings in the steering while I was up here and had some things apart. So I pulled this all apart. This has a convertible pedestal on it, so I bolted it down here. And then I pulled this shaft out, which I just got leaning up here on the other side of the steering pedestal. And I bought the bushing that goes up here and the O-ring. And there's a bearing on this big shaft to replace that, along with a cork seal that goes on the bottom. So I didn't get any video doing any of that. We're going to put the shaft back in it today with a new O-ring. And then we're going to put the Roll-O-Matic back on it. And hopefully get this thing sitting on its own wheels again. I also would like to get all the water plumbing hooked up and get water in the system. And I need to do a valve cover gasket to have all the stuff to do it. So hopefully we'll get that done. It's a pretty crappy day outside today. I think it's been raining since like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon now, so we'll see how much we get done. Okay. We got our shaft back in. Went in really easy this time. I actually tried to put, a few days ago putting this in once off of camera, and it wouldn't fit through the bushing, so I had to use a brake cylinder hone to basically machine out the bushing so it would fit, but everything's good and tight now. It's got the right clearances. So we got that in, went in really nice and smooth. We bolted our Roll-O-Matic back on, and now we're going to drop it down just enough to get the selector gear on top. You want to make sure your front end is completely straight, and then you're going to want these completely straight with the front of the tractor like so. Now, there isn't a ton of wear on these teeth, which I'm kind of surprised for this tractor, but I'm going to flip the gear around anyways just to give it a fresh wearing surface. Just because you can feel a little bit of wear there, but not bad. For what I'm going to use the tractor for, it'll be fine. And there's going to be shims that go on the bottom of this gear, so we're going to put the shims on, and we're going to put the gear on, and we'll start tightening it up. Okay, so we got this all together. All I got to do is put a cotter pin in my nut here. I'm going to tap out these 3 holes because the mud dauber's got to them. And then I'm just going to loosely put the cover on top because it's going to be a little while before I put the side cover on. Because I'm going to wait till I get everything done there, since I got to pull the shaft out to do the hood anyways. So, with that being said, now I'm going to work on doing the valve cover gasket, and then we'll work on the plumbing. So that's next. Well, it's the next day, and we've got our water system all buttoned up. I just got to put the drain plugs back in. I got a different gasket on the valve cover. I got to put the ventilation tube in for that. But so next we're gonna let things dry a little bit as far as gasket sealer, and then we're gonna dump some water in it. So that'll be next. And I got some small pieces to put on. I got a new end for the throttle linkage. Maybe the exhaust pipe if I can find new bolts for that. And I don't know. Let's see after that. There's a lot left to do to this thing, but we'll have to see what I got parts to work on next. I am going to pull the wheel bearings apart and repack them, but I might have to get new seals for them. So we'll see what's next. We'll keep you updated. All right. Well, this is about it for today. I might do a little more, I haven't decided yet, but I got the radiator full of water, the water system's all tightened up, the valve cover gasket's in. I have the generator on, the new belt. I got the exhaust pipe back on. So, no leaks so far. I've opened the pepcocks on the engine, and I loosened up the drain plug in the base, make sure there's no water there, no water yet, so we'll let her sit for a few days and see if it goes down. I'm going to kind of check it every day to make sure there's no water coming out of nothing, because this will be the first time we've had this tractor full of water since I got it, and I don't know if it had a cracked head or cracked block, so I'm hoping it's all good. I didn't want to go through all this, have to take it apart again, but there was no way to tell. So, basically, not everything is done in the front, but most everything is. I'm going to clean out the air cleaner and put that back on, but I'm going to run that through a pressure washer and some dish soap to clean it out. And then we'll put that back on. I've got to get an amp meter and a dash light for the dash. I got the throttle linkage all fixed. I think we're about ready to wire it up, actually, so hopefully that'll be the next big project. I want to pull the top cover off the transmission. There's a couple minor issues in there. So yeah, gotta make a gas line, make the oil pressure lines that run to the sediment bowl, and I want to do the front wheel bearings and repack them, but I gotta see if they need new seals. This is just a felt seal, so they won't be too bad. And I have another tire for the back of this. It's a used one, but it seems to be in pretty decent shape. So there's going to be some more time involved, but we're getting closer. I'm hoping to have this thing going for either harvest time maybe. Won't be able to use it for much, but maybe haul a few silage wagons with it, or a gravity box or something. I'd like to use it a little this year. So we're getting close. I'm probably going to get it running. I'll leave the tin work off for a little while just because I'm sure there's going to be a few minor issues. It hasn't run in a long time, so. I did make a stack for it instead of buying a muffler. I like the way these sound with a straight pipe, and it's not going to get used that much. I know some people will say it'll burn the valves, but it's going to get a rebuild eventually in the next couple of years anyways, so I'm not worried about it. But I did weld a baffle inside of it. But I'll show you that when it comes time to put it on. But I'm going to plug away a little more on this. I'm not sure if I'm going to videotape anymore. I hope you're enjoying this series. I'm doing this video a little different than I have been because I feel like that my videos have been getting a little long and boring. At least to me they have been. But I do have a little bit of fabrication work I got to do. There's a plate that goes here that was all routed out. I have it mostly made. I just got to do some finishing work on it and paint it. And then down the bottom, there's supposed to be baffles that fill in where the corner of the radiator runs underneath the bottom of the casting here. I'll have to make some of them. And then I got to make a strap that holds the air tube for the air cleaner. So, minor work, but we'll get there. And it's probably going to be a short video today. I hope you enjoy it. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and we'll be back with more.